all boats rise with the tide. That's the right one, isn't it? All
Yeah.
boats rise with the tide. And it means when we really become accountable for our own feelings, for our own thoughts, and when we start to change, everyone else starts to change around us because we're giving off a whole different vibration.
Yeah,
You
no
know,
power.
Well,
one day,
it like when it comes to like going to work, like I get that you got a lot of people to have to deal with and there's a lot and I get frustrated and irritated at my job. People cut me off in the aisles or people but once I started seeing that my experience was coming from the inside, then when I'd get cut off in the aisle and I'd start to get really irritated and mad, I would call myself on it and be like, you know what? They're not doing anything any different than what they do every other day. And I could see that I was in a low mood. And so my thinking about what they were doing was causing my experience.
Mhm.
Sure.
So someone would do something and it would piss me off. And then I would call myself on it. They didn't piss me off because they're doing exactly what they do every other day. What's pissing me off is I'm having a lot of thoughts about what the hell they're doing.
Mhm.
And that's creating my experience of I work with idiots.
Exactly.
That would make sense.
Yeah. And it really gets you to, when you understand that and you look at other people, it really gives you compassion for other people. Even if they're being a right pain in the ass, you can see compassion. You can see that they're only in their thinking as well.
Sure.
You know, they're thinking, they're feeling, and they're reacting. And when you see it for yourself, you see it in other people and like, oh, okay, I don't have to take that personally because I know that they're just all in their own thinking.
Well, it rarely has anything to do with us.
No. And the thing is, I always say this, like, we have buttons inside of us that are our responsibility. If someone can push your button, it's not their responsibility to tiptoe around you and not press it.
Yeah.
It's our responsibility to remove that button.
Yes.
And we can do that with knowing that they're only triggering you by our own thoughts. So now I see anyone that triggers me, anyone that makes me angry, which hasn't happened in a long time, but anyone that does trigger me or piss me off, I'm like, oh, there's a button there. Thank you for showing me that. And it just changes everything.
Well, and like when we start to see what all the different things that our thoughts can look like. Okay.
Hmm.
So when I used to have a hard time going to Walmart because there were so many people and I would get the heartbeat and I would get that and now it's like when I get that racing heart or, short on breath or whatever, it's, oh, I'm in my head. So now instead of, well, what thought is causing me to feel like this? Where is this coming from? And what do I need to do to fix it? I take out all of that step work and it's just like, hey, these are your thoughts and you're making yourself feel this way. And a good example of it's not just thought. Okay, my husband he was driving around and he had just put gas in a gas can and somebody pulled out in front of him. He slammed on the brakes and diesel went everywhere in this van. And he was like, "Don't even tell me this is just thought because it's not fucking thought." And I'm like, "Well, no, there's diesel in your van, but your experience is coming from you thinking about this asshole that drives like this and fuck this guy." And I said, those are the thoughts that are creating your experience because the situation is diesel spilled in the van. That's the whole situation. It's not good or bad. It doesn't have an agenda. It, it didn't happen because the universe was out to get him.